We are live. We are live. Let me close some screens down. That would be good. How are we? Wherever you're seeing this, let us know how you are doing. Oh, we're close. Thank you. Cool. Yes, wrong. So, let me just check that I can hear us as well. Some screens down. Yes, we are good to go. Yesterday I did a training on operating systems. I went through Google Workspace and Office 365, and the sound was pretty caca. So I have rectified that today. Hopefully it's a lot better right now. All right. So let's jump in. So kia ora, welcome. Wherever you're tuning in from, I know I am live on my Facebook profile for one, so y'all know me well over there. However, on each of these videos, I'm going to do a bit of an intro just because some of you may not be familiar with my work and who I am. So my name is Jane Binioni. My business is Unearth Your Worth, and I'm a coach, trainer, guide for Indigenous brothers and sisters to start up, stay up, and play in business, and also understand what gets in the way of being able to take the action to play in business as well. So these videos, these trainings are just designed to normalize the different aspects behind the scenes, because there's what we do in our business, there's what we put out there, there's what we create, and then there's a whole lot in the background as well that goes towards doing that. So it's about normalizing all the different aspects. From my own experience with being online, being in a service-based wahine online as a coach, guide, and just sharing my knowledge, sharing what I know, and putting it out there for you to just take what you need, leave what you don't, and go further if you feel called. So just a bit of housekeeping as I do, because this video is being streamed on several different platforms. One, we're on YouTube. Two, we're on my personal profiles, and three, we are live streamed into our community, Indigenous and business. And because of that, because we're live in a few different places, what I'm going to ask is that if you do resonate with this training, if you do have questions, if you do want to take the kōrero or the discussion deeper, please head over to our community. It's free to join. You just need to go in, answer one question about where you're from and what you aspire or what your business is about, and yeah, it's all on in there. So comments, questions, please do head over. Any questions or any comments that where there's curiosity outside of the community, you'll simply be invited into the community, just so we've got all that mātauranga, all that knowledge in one place, so that members of the community, those that resonate, have all the mātauranga knowledge in one place, and we can reference it back, and it's nice and organized. So that's just that bit of housekeeping. But yeah, appreciate and would love the interaction. I can see no matter where you are commenting, I can see your questions and your comments live. So let us begin. All right. So today I'm going to be going through a system called Canva. Some of you absolutely may have heard of it before. Some of you maybe not. And the heading that I've put up there is bringing your message or your mission alive. And Canva is a graphic design program, or a design program that has been created for the individual, to empower the individual with the mission, with the message, to be able to create their own story graphically. All right. So I'm going to share my screen in a moment. We're going to go through both the free version and the paid version of Canva. And again, the mako, the purpose for me putting out these videos to you is to normalize technology, normalize systems, normalize automation, normalize, because for there's a lot of our brothers and sisters out there with mean ideas and have got a lot of passion to bring a message alive. However, it's the overwhelm of getting it out there or starting or continuing and sustaining what you're doing that gets in the way. And the mind will love that little dialogue. The mind will love you getting tripped up and overwhelmed and freaked out about the tech, the systems, the stuff. And we'll use that to kind of pull you back from the edge of going any further into the unknown, because business is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself, because it is one of the greatest mirrors. It will challenge you in all different ways, but it's deeply fulfilling, and it means that we get to create and indigenize marketplaces and strengthen our Indigenous economies. And that's why I want to support more of my Indigenous brothers and sisters to normalize the different components of business, so that you can get into it. So let us get into it. When it comes to bringing your message alive, your mission alive, or playing in business, there's kind of three things that I break down, and there's three categories that I focus on, that I want to focus on. I do focus on when it comes to helping our brothers and sisters start up, stay up, and play in business. And these three areas are putting yourself out there through marketing. This has to happen. If no one knows who you are and what you do, no good. The next piece is, this is a phrase I borrowed off of Brother Matthew Church, who, it just landed with me, because anyway, it's a conversation for another day, but the second piece is about pulling the trigger, which is about selling. And that is about actually committing to pulling that trigger and asking for what you need in the exchange of business. That's the second area. And the third is, once you make some money, you have some clients who you've been doing your thing. It's about creating sustainability. And that is about permission to thrive. Now, where this training fits in is under the first section, which is putting yourself out there, bringing your mission, your message alive. And through the use of graphic design, through the use of graphics, through the use of telling your story through color, through expression. Okay, it's an extension of who you are and what you have to offer in the world, and it's very important. Now, back in the Ra, so I remember starting out in 2015, 2016, and Canva was around, but it wasn't big, and there were still times where I needed something done, and I wasn't empowered enough to do it myself. And there would be, I forget the name of them, but there would be sites that you can go to put up a draft of what you need done, and then people would kind of bid on it or put their submissions in, and then you can choose who you want to complete the project, whether it be a logo, whether it be I think it was called Design Crowd or something like that. You get to choose who would complete the project, and it was quite a process, And one of the things, because I am a creative and an artist as well, one of the annoying things was relaying my vision and what I could see over to someone else to complete, because they had the systems. That was frustrating, and so I didn't use a lot of those things. I only had my logo built through one of these systems. But gone are those days, gone is that stone age where you are completely reliant on someone else bringing your message to life, or having to pay for it and then go through that tedious process of trying to ensure that someone else can capture your vision in the way you want it. And another reason why I love Canva is because if you are creative, if you do have that creative bone in you, and you just want to stream your creativity out quickly, you are empowered to do this through Canva. You can just get out your vision onto the canvas and then create different things with it. And it's a direct transmission from you, which is powerful. So in this training, I want to show you some tips and tricks that I use in Canva. I also want to show you the difference between free and paid. And you'll notice this narrative that I always talk about when it comes to systems, because we can fall in this trap of like buying, you know, things where we don't really need them. So woven throughout all my kōrero is just, you know, checking in and being honest with ourselves if we really do need that thing. And I actually might, yeah, there's one, and I'm literally showing you like my process, like what I did kind of growing up and doing my own things in business, what I've done. And yeah, the whole key thing is that while I'm showing you all these cool systems, you also want to bear in mind, like, you need to be responsible and really check in, you know, is this investment necessary? Is there a way that I can do this for free, sort of thing? And I'll touch on one of those in this. And then finally, it's just about empowering you to create and prevent, you know, empowering you to create so that you stop like having to wait until, you know, XYZ for you to like put yourself out there and, you know, go and do your thing. So let's jump in. Have a little sip. Right. Down. That is our paid version. And it's our free version. Okay, good. Let's go. All right, so this is Canva. This is a free version. As you can see up there, it's free. This is just one of my other email addresses that I don't use with Canva. I've just literally signed in with it, and it's a free account. You can use it for free. So anywhere that you see this little gold crown, it means that it's available with Pro. And we're going to have a look at Pro in a moment because I use the Pro version. And, you know, everywhere is prompting you to try Canva Pro. Again, having that discernment and asking, do you really need it? I'm gonna show you one of the things that I think people, you know, something that is really useful in Canva Pro, but you can get it for free. So I'll try and search that up and dig into my archive about what that is and show you the free version, or the workaround, as we call it. You gotta be creative when you're out here, you know. Because I would often get into this mentality of like, fuck it, you know, I'll just buy it because it's easier. But the thing that you can start to see really quickly is that the costs start adding up, and as an entrepreneur, sole trader, you know, the key thing is keep your expenses down. And I did a video, there was a whole discussion on this in our community. Keep your expenses down. You know, that is a good discipline to have, you know, because if you can do that, then you know, it's just a good skill to be able to keep expenses down. And yeah, so then you're more responsible when it comes to like making money, putting yourself out there and making sales even. So anywho, let us carry on. So you can create any design and it guides you depending on like what you are trying to design. It gives you the size. I'm going to get into like pixels and all of that. Not even I know about them, but it's not my jam, you know. This is good for me, right? Want to make a Facebook post, Instagram post, right? Pretty straightforward. You can go into even making presentations. So rather than make them, I'm going to show you some that I've made in my paid version in a moment. But, you know, you can make logos, you can make anything, y'all. You can make anything. And you've even got things here, as you can see, they can be, you can use video as well now. So that wasn't around a couple of years ago. You can organize things into projects, right? You can organize your content. You can have templates. Now, and this is even easier. So like if you don't want to have to think, you can just go in here, have a look at some templates, grab it and just change the wording, change it up for yourself, which is like, you know, if you're like, oh, I need to do something on social media. Oh, I need to make an Instagram post. Oh, you know, oh, it's about Mother's Day, or you could even search. You can just see something that you like. Oh, here we go. So it's telling you if they're paid or not. So you could probably just filter out all the paid ones, hopefully. No. See, I don't really have this tuck here situation because I have pros, so nothing's kind of out of bounds. Here we go. Here is a free one, right? So you could just open up this and away you go. Pretty straightforward. Again, invite you to have a play. All right. So you can just use that template. Right. Add some text. Unearths your word. Okay, you get the picture. It's free. Okay, it's free, y'all. Free, free, free. And there's lots of stuff you can do in the free site. Now, I'm going to jump over to the paid version. Okay, let's have a look at the pricing. Canva.com. Oh, maybe I should have just gone through here. Canva Pro. Get a free trial. I don't really want to start the free trial on this one. But yeah, there we go. Plans and pricing. Oh, come on. Pro. See prices. Oh yeah, nice one. Yep, still the same. $17, $18 AUD for everything we're about to have a look at now. So pretty simple with the options. Cool. All right, let's go. Let's dive over into the other side. All right, so this is my Canva. It's a fully functional paid Canva version. And here's just everything that I've created, right? This is all of my expression in my message. You'll hear me say this as well because it's me, I'm making these videos. I am an aesthetic person. I actually love scrolling through here and seeing all the color. It's all about color for me, as you will tell. So I don't use projects. I don't organize everything because I just come straight here. But up to you if you want to organize and put things into folders. All right. You can have, I do, but I don't really use them. All right. So you can make anything from posts. So I use these for like Instagram posts. And the cool thing is you can just duplicate, right? And edit. And then you can simply download, right? Or there is something cool on here where there's a whole thing. There's a whole cool options list in here, but there's something called scheduler where you can actually take this post and schedule it to be posted. I don't use this a lot. As you can see, but you can connect your account and schedule it to go out on a certain date at a certain time. Probably should use it, right? But for me, okay, this is a good point. Everything that I teach about being in business is about do it your own way. For me, it's difficult to sit down on a Sunday and just churn out content because it comes when it comes. It's high intensity, low agenda. So if on a Sunday or whenever I've got an agenda of, okay, let's pump out 5 Facebook posts or 5 posts to be scheduled. That's not in alignment with my energy, with my values, and with how I roll. So I don't do it. Is that an excuse? I don't know, maybe, but it seems to work for me. So follow your process, but just know what is available to you also. So yeah, there's the scheduler thing. Otherwise, you can just simply download your things, download your pages, whether all of them or you can just select. Something that is cool is that if you can download an image with a transparent background. We'll show you that in a moment. That's cool if you're going to make a logo and you want it you don't want the whole thing, you just want the logo. All right, I'll show you how to do that in a second. So yeah, there's many different things you can make. So that's just from like social media posts. Then here's something that I created, for one of my workshops. So actually, worksheets, I printed these out and this became a workbook. All right, so, there's all different kinds of options. This is a training that I'll be running soon, and this is pretty much a slideshow, okay? So you can see it moving there, and that's everything that's in there. Another cool thing, and I'll just quickly give y'all a sneak peek and just show you here, is that gone are the days where I have to kind of put this into, I used to put these into a PowerPoint because you weren't able to do this, which is present the screen as it is, So it's really cool. You can share straight from Canva. So it's become very, very robust, right? So that was just under there. Rather than downloading it and etc., I can just present it straight from here. So it's like PowerPoint in a way, or Google Slides. Again, can upload to Google Drive. So I can just upload it straight into my Google Drive. Or Microsoft OneDrive if you watched the training from yesterday. So you can push it out into different systems. You don't just have to download it onto your computer, which is the old school option. You can actually upload them straight to cloud. And there's just a whole bunch of, carry on. Probably not going to look at. Awesome. What else is noteworthy in here? All right. You'll see that cool. This is a program that I ran last year. Oh, all right. Well, yeah, a little bit of a throwback to when I had my beautiful, vulnerable photo shoot with my homie. See that this here has no background. It doesn't matter, if I change this, it's got no background. This is transparent. One of the reasons why people like to use a graphic design tool is because they want to take the background off things, so they've just got more freedom. And I'll show you what I mean. If I go here and what should I make? Little things. If I go, where's one? Gone. That's not, all that background, it's not cool. Like I've got less freedom. But there's something in here where you can edit the photo and remove the background. All right. Now that's what you're paying for. All of these are in Pro. And this is a big one. Now, when I had the free version and I was, keeping expenses down, see, much more freedom. You know what I mean? Pop. You can add your text in there. All right. We don't need an exclamation mark because that picture in and of itself is an exclamation mark. All right. This, you can make this as big as whatever you want. Boom. You know, there you go. So now it's a bit more like, a bit more creative. So the free version of this, I reckon, is gonna be, let me just search for it over here. Bam. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, bang. And bang. This is what I used before when I had the free version, okay, to do this. So you can upload an image. You get the idea. I'm not going to spell it out, but there's the website. Remove BG. Google it, get it. So essentially, upload your image. It takes out the background. You can download the file on the free version. I think you can download 3 or something. Maybe, yeah. I used to use it a lot. And so then you can download that image with the transparent background, upload it into Canva. In the uploads, you can upload that file again, upload the file, and then, yeah. So if I go back to like back in the days, all of these transparent photos that you can see, a lot of them were made on that remove background tool. So again, that's what I mean by like keeping expenses down, and you know, until you want, until it makes sense for you to invest. All right. So whether you download it, whether you schedule it, whatever it may be, Canva is just an awesome tool to empower and put your message out there and fuel your mission. So we've got everything from literally putting yourself out there in marketing to when you've marketed and you need to create resources, you can create resources in Canva. All right. Documents, agendas, posters, flyers, whatever it may be, it's all in here. All right. And it's literally your, up to your imagination and your levels of creativity. So let's go and make let's make a logo, because why not? Let's close tabs to the right. So this is a logo that I made. Soul Clan Collective. So I just wrote some text in these fonts that I liked, that arranged it to how I wanted. Now, if I save this is what I mean about the transparent background. If I were to save this without creating a transparent background, it would literally save the whole block. So what would be downloaded is a black square with the white writing Soul Clan Collective. Now, I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to use it as a logo. So I've done 2 versions. I've created a black background and a white background with black text. Black background, white text, white background, black text. The point of this is so that when I upload them, I can use them interchangeably on different colored documents. Awesome. So I'll show you the difference. When you download without transparent background, we're just going to download this current page. So page 1. Da, 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 da. Let's open it. See, the black square is actually, it's actually a black square. So if I wanted to put that on a post, or on, put that on any of my resources that I'm creating in Canva, it's going to be a little black square somewhere. So if you just want the writing, then you're going to want to go download, again, page 1, transparent background this time. And this time when we open it, Did that work? Let me see. Let me check over here. Marble. Download. Transparent background. Page 1. PNG. Done. Download. I don't know if this is playing with my soul because it's white or what. Let's try this one. I don't know. I don't know. Did it work? It works, I swear, because I'll show you in a minute. But I don't know why it's playing up. All right. There we go. There we go. It's playing up. We just need a little bit of hiding. But you can see there that there's no white background. So it is the case. It's just that the screen is black. So that is now downloaded. And we can go to our uploads, upload files. All right. And we can upload these two. If we make a copy, delete all of this, because this is all, it's all just different text that I've thrown on a page. Let's grab a background. All right. And let's go to our uploads. I think I want to use white because there's a bit of a variant, a light variant there. You can bring that down. You see how it doesn't have that white or black background? Very nice. Very nice. Let's try the black one. Let's bring that one on. Bang. Very nice. All right. So again, you play around with what you need to play around with. The main ones are those background removals, the being able to create logos. Like I paid a mint to create my logo, Unearth Your Worth, and it was hours, and it was actually weeks of like back and forth and like variations because I'm an artist, I'm fussy, and it was like if this wasn't perfect, I didn't want it. So now it's like I could have just done that myself. There is some, I will say that there is some benefit in being able to have a vector file for your logo, which is done on, I don't believe Canva has the ability to download vector files. I don't know a whole shit ton about that, but I believe that's only on Adobe Illustrator. So there are some graphic designers that actually do that because they have that system. But that's much more expensive and it's a bit of a beast. So the reason why I'm showing Canva is because the purpose of these trainings is to normalize tech systems, automation for our Indigenous brothers and sisters to start up, stay up and play in business, and telling you to go and jump into Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, that wouldn't be in alignment with that because it's a beast, right? It's quite robust. So this is enough. This is enough, y'all. So yeah, again, if you have questions, you want to take this discussion further, yeah, please jump over into the community. There's many trainings like this we go through, we discuss, we talk about how what gets in the way. We talk about, what prevents us from, just doing simple things like creating designs, because there are things such as like overwhelm and getting too distracted and spending 5 hours on Canva, which is not productive. But I'll leave that video for another day. And this is just the intro and some tips and tricks in this one. Again, find it valuable, want to hang out, jump over into the community. And the community is where I decide what to kind of jam on next. So yesterday I did Office 365 because one of the girls was like, oh, I need to get more up to scratch with, Office and the different parts of the suite. This one was because one of the wahine was talking about like using Canva, and I asked, is it actually using Canva or like, is it, a procrastination thing? It was like both. So today I'm just doing the actual using part of Canva, and then another day I'll talk about really applying focus when you're coming in to create and design. All right, I'm hungry and I've had enough talking, so I'm going to leave it here. Again, any questions, see you on the community.